Valhalla, Cyberpunk Bartender Action is a game rated M for mature. You have no notifications or reminders. Happy New Year! May all your wishes come true in a new bountiful year filled with health and joy. Happy New Year. Happy freaking New Year. I'll have to leave the closet open in case you want to hide from the noise. Thanks. Oh, man. Okay, well... Really? No augmented eye. It's down for maintenance. Okay, well, that's fine with me, I guess. Okay, I guess I'm gonna just save right here? Yeah, sure. Why not? Okay, I guess we're going to work for the New Year's party now since we don't have anything else to do. Although, I guess I could buy one or two things. It doesn't really matter now, but, yeah. Let's buy this. Doesn't matter. Okay. Okay, yeah, let's go to work now. Well, let's see. Gil is in the back getting everything ready. I'll go grab some food I've ordered. They've only agreed to work on New Year's if I want to pick it up myself. Are you alright? I'm scared. Gabby will show up any minute. Oh, right, there's that thing too. Relax, everything will be alright. I can assure you of that. Drink something, maybe that'll cheer you up. Maybe. I'll leave you for a bit, but keep your chin up. If you get through this, I'll give you, I don't know, a hug. How does that work? A hug? A big one. A reward for after everything's said and done. Gotta go, you can do it. Right. Everything's fine. You've been avoiding this for all these years. Now it's time to face it head on. Yeah, everything's fine. Everything will be better after I talk to Gabby. Boss might even give me a hug. I'm okay. Hello? Gabby. Come in. Excuse me. Welcome to Valhalla. Hey. You talk first. No, well... Some days ago, I got a letter. And even odder than getting a letter is the fact that it was from your sister. What? My sister sent you a letter? That's the first I've heard of it. What did it say? I don't know, I never opened it. At least, not until now. Huh? I figured I should read it with you. Yeah, let's do it. Let's read it. Alright then. Sorry. Just that? Yup. Isn't there anything else in the letter? Maybe on the back? This is just like your sister. I spent days worrying about this letter, not wanting to open it for fear of what it might contain. I lost sleep and appetite thinking about it, and after all those worries, after all those problems, after all these years of not talking to her, she sends me a letter, a freaking letter of all things, and she just says sorry? Sorry for what? For our fight? For not talking after all these years? Now I'm freaking pissed. Are you laughing? Yeah, sorry, I remembered all the times my sis provoked you that way. Like that time where she gave you chocolates labeled 1, 2, and 4 during Valentine's Day, and you were pissed about the lack of a 3. Or that time when you left an unopened beer bottle on the table and she sneakily opened it and took a sip. She didn't tell you she did it and you were confused all day long. She always bragged that, like, she knew me like the back of her hand. If the letter was supposed to piss me off like that, I guess she had all the rights to brag. Maybe she was being sincere, though. She did express to me that she was sorry on more than one occasion. She did, huh? You told me she died from localized nanomachine rejection, right? In her heart, yeah. Instead of the massive rejection that always makes the news, her case is more focused. They usually amputate or replace the part and call it a day. But organs are different. The condition made her susceptible to transplant rejections. Not to mention artificial hearts and genetic treatments were out of the question. Yup. Thing is, apparently, she suffered that since she was 18, but kept it a secret from everyone. Why? Heck if I know. I was angry to learn that she hid it. Why didn't she tell me? Was it to avoid worrying me? Was she ashamed? What was it? Wait, how did she live so normally then? She had to use a serum. Shots near her heart every 3 days. Apparently, the serum burns like heck. The shots even left her a nasty mark where she had to apply them. So the thing near her left breast wasn't a birthmark. And the rejection was what ended up killing her? The nanomachine rejection was what ended up killing her, but they couldn't find what made her so vulnerable. Doctor said she might have missed a shot, or the shots made her other defenses grow weaker. The condition could have just gone nuts out of nowhere, or maybe it was blood pressure. Maybe it was just a regular heart attack, and the rejection acted afterwards. They don't know. She kept it a secret from everyone, and nobody knows. Maybe if she had told me about it, I could have helped her. Maybe she'd still be alive. Maybe she wouldn't have faced it alone instead of just dying in her sleep. Thinking about ifs won't bring her back. Huh? I spent so much time hammering myself with what ifs, and after you told me she died. What if I waited to cool down a bit back then? What if I just swallowed my fears and at that very moment? What if I had apologized earlier? What if I had just given a chance to the research institute back then? And the amount just increased their threefold after I lashed out at you the other day. But today I realized something. Having such regrets with the dead is a hollow effort. You're alive, you're here. I can make amends with you, but I can't make amends with the dead. I can't apologize to her like I can apologize to you right now. Jill. Lenore, she's resting now. She's just resting after having that heart condition after all these years. She didn't have to face it alone, though. If only she... So let's celebrate her life and achievements. If we are to mourn, let's mourn together. If we are to mourn her, honor her, we'll do it together. Together. Lenore was a fun-loving person. The best we can do right now is to try to lighten up, even if it's only for a moment. I need to ask, though, did she really start to complain about chest pains shortly after I left? No. She didn't get visibly worse after you left or anything. Everything was actually too sudden. She did complain about chest pains from time to time, but that actually goes way back before you left. Back then, we thought it was just accidental reflex or something. Gods, I even blamed her death on you. I was just too angry back then, and part of me just wanted to put the blame on someone or something. And you didn't deserve that. Sorry. Hey, I'm sorry too, you know? We both have things to apologize for. Don't think too much about it. I should have been mature and not shouted at you either, so... Let's just call it that water under the bridge, shall we? Are you sure? Of course I am. So, how did you find me exactly? Well, have you heard of a message board called Danger U? I have, yeah. Well, truth is, I visit it from time to time. And the other day, I read a thread about that discussed the bar. And the description of the bartender sounded just like you. Are you mad? No, not mad, more like dumbfounded. Hey, Jill, can you tell me what the problem was back then? What sparked that fight? Were you happy with my sister? Well, Back then, I didn't know what to do with myself after I graduated college. I went in and pretty much hated my last couple of years there. It's not far-fetched to think that I only tolerated being there because your sister was with me. Had she stopped supporting my studies, I would have quit right there and then. And then after graduating, I got a very good job offer that she accepted on my behalf in no time. She kept saying it was the best for me in my future, but I was livid. Why did she have to do that? I hated it. I didn't even know if I wanted to go there, but she still insisted so much. Like she was forcing that burden on me. And then my became our future, and she started talking about marriage. You were going to get married? I don't think we ever took it seriously. It was just something she kept mentioning. Not like we didn't have think about that down the line, but she mostly teased me with it. But the thought suddenly scared the crap out of me. I loved her, but I don't think I was ready for such a commitment, especially considering what she did. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I wasn't going to let her decide such a big thing for me. I mean, she could be really pushy from time to time. Like I said, I pretty much passed college thanks to being with her. And that was partly because she was so pushy. Even if she had the best intentions, she could be abrasive from time to time. And to rain down on me at that moment. She took it upon herself to make that choice for me. What would have stopped her once we'd gotten married? What if she suddenly decided to craft my life to her needs after marriage? I knew her. I stopped. She would do it without. She would do it thinking it was the best for me, but what about my freedom? My say on the matter. So that's where you stopped loving Lenore. No. I never stopped loving her. Which is why it hurts so much. But you have to understand, I didn't want to wake up 40 years old without working a job I hate. Just out of routine, getting used to it. I wanted a break from everything for a while to put my thoughts in order. Regroup myself, think carefully about what to do next. I can understand. I've sometimes felt the same, although I'm not even in college. So that's what led to you two fighting, huh? Huh. Yeah, you know, the word fight makes it sound like we exchanged blows or something. It's all silly when I think back to it. Tragically silly. Maybe I was the one who started the fight, getting all defensive about not wanting to take that offer. Perhaps if I didn't overreact to her arguments about wasting this huge opportunity, maybe she wouldn't have lashed out at me this bad. It could have been avoided if I had kept cool, a cool head and talked about that with her. My sister said something like that. Huh? I told you she mentioned on more than one occasion how sorry she was about the whole thing, right? Should have listened to her in the end, but I insisted I kept pushing her. I should have kept a cool head instead of letting my jealousy take the best of me. It was her offer, not mine. Should have stopped projecting myself so much into her. Something like that. Lenore. Huh. We are quite the hotheads. You, me, my sis. You were supposed to be the mature one, you know? Play your role correctly. Huh? But why didn't you come back, Jill? Did you end up hating us that much? Did the break include us too? No, it's just that... Remember when your sister was giving a class and you broke a window? How you didn't want to see her for fear of being scolded? But my sister would have scolded you. Wouldn't have scolded you. But I was afraid, dead afraid. I couldn't bring myself to face your sister. But I faced her back then, and I was like 7 at the time. Why couldn't you do it? It's not quite the same. And in perspective, no matter what reason I came up with, it will never make sense. Everything sounds very stupid when I look back, you know? Not that it makes things easier. I won't ever get to speak to her ever again, and it feels bad because it's stupid. I swear you and my sis were meant for each other. You both moved on after all that, but neither of you had the courage to go back and say you're sorry. Yeah. And like I said, berating myself over those past mistakes won't bring her back. I miss her so much, though. We were together all the time, always talking about dumb stuff. I wouldn't call my parents useless, but she was the one I could always talk to. I feel her absence every day. Everything is just so quiet now. She was an amazing person. Yeah, she was an amazing person. Huh? Mourning is fine and all, but we should be celebrating her life. If she was here, she would tell us that there's no fun in sulking for so long. She told you that all the time. Same way she told you to stop rubbing things in people's faces. Both figuratively and literally. Hey, I was 8 back then. So let's have a toast in her honor, shall we? A toast? Yeah, let me get you a drink. A drink? Don't worry, trust me. Let's make you something to toast Gabby with. Preferably something sweet. Yeah, something sweet and non-alcoholic because she's underage. Just wanted to say that because that's important. All mixed. Sugar rush. Here you go. Grab this for a sec. Okay. Lenore, I know you're watching from the beyond right now, as I give a drink to your little sister. It's obvious to me now that we both meant to make amends at some point, but we never got around to it. I can't apologize to you anymore, but I can at the very least make you rest easier. So know that I'll look out for Gabby in your absence. I'll make sure Gabby grows into a fine woman, just like you were. I'll always be there for her. I'll be sure the little brat doesn't face the same problem you and I had. Hey! Want to add anything? I'll always miss her. Don't say that to me, say that to her. That's a bit... Come on, just this once. I'll always miss you, sis. Sis, you idiot. Why did you keep that secret from me so long? Idiot. I always told you everything. Wasn't I enough, you idiotic idiot? Ugh. Hey, Jill, promise me you won't be like that knucklehead. That you won't keep stuff like that to yourself. Only if you promise the same to me. And promise me we won't fight. I can't do that. Huh? You and I are both too thick-headed. Sooner or later we'll clash on some opinion. But what I can promise is that I won't run away like last time. We'll both cool off and talk it over like the adults we are. I'm not even an adult. Let's face it, you've been more mature than I have. Hey, did you mean what you said? Like that you'll look after me? I'll always be here for you, Gabby. I mean it. I'm not Lenore, but I wouldn't dare leave my little sister alone. Jill? Hey, wasn't this a toast? Right. For Lenore. Faithful sister and girlfriend. Cheers. Cheers. So, about this drink. Can I drink it? Do you like it? Take a sip. It's not bad. Why not drink it then? You're with an adult. We might as well break the alcohol taboo here and now. Right. Now that I think back to it, didn't your sister give you a beer once as a prank? Oh yeah, that. It was an April Fool's. I should have known better when she offered me an apple soda. I put bubblegum on the soles of her shoes in retaliation. Nice. She walked funny, and my jaw hurt for the rest of the day. Yeah, but did you know you got my drink back then? Huh? She gave me a beer and it turned out to be apple soda. Oh. Did you get back at her? Well, did... Wow. I did hide all those dildos in her house that night, only to find out she knew how to use a cucumber. Wow. And as a follow-up, she used the same cucumber as a salad days later. Gross. She said, so, do you like... Wow. Do you like eating me for lunch, Jill? I'll tell you when you're older. Or never at all. Probably the better alternative. Hey, Gabby. Do your parents know you're here? They think I'm at Claire's, actually. Who? Oh, she's my best friend at school. And this Claire knows you're using her as an excuse, right? Of course. How would she cover for me otherwise? True. Will you go to her house afterwards? To be honest, I didn't think that far. Maybe I will. I do live in another district, but Claire doesn't live close by, so... Well, it can't be helped. I live nearby, and the streets aren't exactly safe at night, so why not stay with me tonight? Are you sure? I don't live in a mansion, but I'd say it's comfy enough, at least to spend the night. Sure, I'd love to stay with you. Great. Hey, does your dad still have that bakery? His bread was really good. Yep, he opened a second branch last year. So he's looking to expand. I think he got into a partnership with a friend in Motor District. The guy saw an opportunity after realizing Motor District had almost no bakeries. I still remember when your sister introduced me to him. He started shouting, I knew it! Wow. I knew you were a lesbian, market one for daddy. Jeez. I think he had this bet with an acquaintance of his ever since my sis was 12 years old or so. Dad said sis was into girls. The acquaintance didn't believe him. He bet a beer on whether he was right or not. That beer bottle is still in his fridge. It's even labeled Sweet Victory. Your mom and Lenore never made up, did they? I guess that one wasn't as simple as the said one too many things argument. Mom was always obsessed with high society, and in her circle of friends, a lesbian daughter was a no-no. That's unfortunate. I'm still on my sis side for that one, though, as you should be. Mom didn't reject her because she herself was homophobic. She did it because her friends were. Yeah, honestly, that's almost as bad, to be honest. To Mom, the opinion of her circle of friends was worth more than her own daughter. How did she react to her death? Dunno. Mom and Dad broke up 2 years ago. They did? They never got married, so there was no proper divorce. I haven't seen her since August, I think. Did you two fight too? No, she just hasn't showed up. Must have felt alone, huh? I've been there. I bet. I'm not alone anymore, thanks to you. Huh? I thought there was gonna be a party here. Who dat? Alma over here. Oh, it's Alma. Party? A small New Year's celebration. Want to stay for it? I don't want to be a... I don't want a kid to burden. Don't worry, you won't. You'll only get cola for the night, though. No alcohol. It'll give us some time to catch up even more. I can introduce you to some friends. Are you in? If you don't mind. Great. Hey, Alma, come here. There's someone I wanted to introduce you to. And that's the game. Now, I'm going to be honest. When I started this, I didn't think it was going to be this deep or heavy, but it's... Valhalla has been pretty great. And if you haven't checked out the soundtrack for this, it's excellent, I must say. It's like, wow. And also, I didn't think I'd be playing this into November when I started this. And when this goes up, it'll be December. How fun is that? Man. Yeah, this game has been excellent, I must say. And I've just really, really enjoyed all of this. Man, these credits are scrolling kind of slowly, although it might be just because the credits are not that long. Oh, special thanks to everyone who pre-ordered. You right there. Yeah. Shout outs to everyone who pre-ordered this awesome game. Because this game's awesome. Made in Game Maker Studio by Yo-Yo Games. Oh, I didn't realize the prologue was made in what is that? Renpai? I don't know what that is. Published by Yizbird Games. Is that how you pronounce that? Yizbird? Anyways, I'm just really glad I got to play this game because it's excellent, and this might actually be my favorite visual novel that I've played because I haven't played a lot of them. Did you have fun? Yes. Yes, I did, game. Do I have to click? Yep, I also got to meet a cat boomer. Why did you hug your boss, though? She's that kind of person. Well, let's sleep. You were dozing off back there. You're right. Good night, Jill. We'll play some more tomorrow. Good night. (2016) Sokeban Games. Wednesday, February 1st. That's a bit of a time jump. To think I'd be evicted. They are pretty ruthless. They don't even allow you to skip 1 month. I was 2 months late, actually. Jail. At least it wasn't because you spent too much money on useless stuff, right? Yeah, that's not what it was at all. ... Right? About that. Forget it, I don't want to hear. Let's go to sleep. Tomorrow you'll regroup and think what to do next. Yeah. Thanks for letting me stay here by the... Whoa, your bed is huge. Queen size. Considering I lived with a guy for almost 4 years, at least 4 years, it can get pretty lonely, but also really comfortable. Just like single life, I guess. Hope you don't mind sleeping with me, but there's not enough space for this futon up here. I haven't slept in a mattress in, over 2 years now. That can be good for your back. And bad for my morale. Anyways, good night. Nighty-night. It's hot in here. Having her hug me certainly doesn't help. I don't want to wake her up either. She looks so comfortable right now. I wonder if boss would have let me crash at her place. Oh well, let's just try to sleep a bit and... No, for go away. Don't you piece of fur. Don't you dare sleep on my face. You can now save heart data. Loading heart data from the title screen or bar will let you start over from day 1 while keeping your items and money. Thank you for playing. So basically, New Game Plus. Let's just save right here. Yeah, this other one was because I screwed up with the... Well, actually, it wasn't even because I screwed up. It was the computer that screwed up. Anyways, we're done. Now, I do have a couple things to address. Because we beat the game, this title screen is different. Gabby is here. But also, we have the prologue and Anna as well. Oh, is that the demo? Oh, you can go to... There are 3 days for the prologue? Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, well, we are going to be doing the prologue at some point. I was thinking about skipping it because apparently, it might be better to play this before the main game. But I am going to be doing the prologue. I was bouncing back and forth about whether I would do it or not, but I think we're going to do it. And also, this game has multiple endings, depending on what you do in the game. I'm only going to show off one of the other endings, because what we got was the quote-unquote bad ending, because we weren't able to pay our rent. So I'll load a previous save where we have enough money, and I'm just not going to spend any money, and we're going to pay rent, and I'm going to show off one of the other endings. However, that's going to be a different day. Probably the day that we finish the prologue or something. Anyways, I'm done for now. Thanks for watching, and next time will be the prologue. Oops, it went into the demo. Oh, this whole thing has been a train wreck from start to finish. Anyways, next time, prologue, and then this project is done. I'll see you later, and thanks for watching. Bye.